Hi everybody, and today I'm going to explain the logic and show you a design for iron farms with the create mod in Minecraft Java. I'm playing this in 1.20.1. Follow along and you'll get everything. So, to make iron, the most simple way is to use iron nuggets. So if we go into iron nuggets, we can see we can blast it, which we're not going to. Smelt it, well, no. Automated, I can't pronounce that. Crushing, none of these materials we can actually automate, at least I don't think so. Bulk blasting is basically just smelting, but then we have bulk washing, which would be to wash gravel into flint and iron, but like the flint is bigger chance, so you're going to eventually get more flint than iron. So we need to automate gravel. This is the last step in the process. For gravel, we're going to need cobblestone in into crushing wheels, or we can use a mill in with cobblestone. Now, to get cobblestone, we can make a simple cobblestone generator. So, a simple cobblestone generator, just like that. But we want to automatically break the stone inside here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to very quickly replace the water with a drill like this, and it will still be waterlogged. And now you can pop that back in so that it doesn't cause any more destruction and box everything back up. And you can remove the back of the drill because that will not produce any. You get the idea. And down here we need something to catch the cobblestone when it breaks. So we're going to use a shoot just like that, and that's going to catch the cobblestone and put it into the next step. Before we can move on, we have to give it rotational power. You can do this in survival, trust me, but like, I'm just gonna use a creative motor for the sake of this video. So let's close that back up. And I do not know why I ran it at the most aggressive speed. Okay, 64. Alright, so now that we have our cobblestone generation, and we can see that it contains one cobblestone, and it will drop the cobblestone down. Okay, so that's that. Now we need to move on to the next step. After cobblestone generation, we need to make gravel. And to make gravel again, we're going to have to mill or crush, but we're going to do mill. We're going to use mills because they're much more smaller and like efficient and stuff like it. Okay. Anyways, we're going to. So if I go up here, let's imagine that's the shoe of that. Oh. Ah. Okay. That's the shoe of that. All right. So then. All right. So the cobble will go all the way up here and go down into the millstone. Okay, now to power this millstone, we can either power it from the bottom, which we're not going to do, but instead we're going to use a cogwheel and power it from the side to save space because we're going to need the bottom. Okay, so we put a funnel on the bottom, and that will dispense gravel. as soon as the mill mills. Okay, I don't know why I put it at such a high speed. I should have not done that. But that's theoretically how it should work. Let's speed it up a bit. Yeah. Alright. So now we have gravel. Okay? Let's pretend that we have like a lot of gravel. So this is the funnel and this just drops down right here. Alright? So then we're going to use building blocks. I have no idea why I have this. Let's use some grass. We're going to place a block here. We can place a block here and there for an encased fan to go there with a waterlogged leaf. So this will blow water, well, both wash it into flint and iron nuggets. And you don't want the unwashed gravel to somehow leak in to your chest or your storage or whatever you want your thing to be. So what we can do is instead use a toolbox. And toolboxes, we can set a filter on them even though it's not brass. That's one of the like really good reasons you should use a toolbox. With a toolbox, you can just slap an andesite funnel on there. Actually, it needs to go inwards. And then you go into the toolbox and you're going to set the filters just like this. You're going to right click it and take it out so that it sets the filter, and you can do like half flint, half iron or whatever, because you will get flint. You just don't want the gravel to come in and like wreck everything, right? So you're going to do half flint, half iron, and once you put some gravel right here, it can drop down here and it's going to blow and so if you drop gravel down here, it's going to get washed, and into your toolbox you're going to get either an iron nugget or flint. And if you combine all of that together, you will have something that looks like about this. And if I just power the drill, crank it up a little bit, and now you can see everything runs accordingly. So the cobbles in here, it's getting milled, and then yep, and the gravel dropped here, and now the gravel's getting washed into, and it should turn into either iron nuggets or flint. And as you can see, our farm does indeed work. That is the end of today's video, and I will see you next time.